Okay, going on my day hike down Sycamore Church Road. Gonna go to the backside of Henning Park and go on the Homestead Trail, which is a 3.5 mile loop. And so I took 248 out there by the, and turned off to the left. Let's see, that's what that called, Ozark Underground, and took the back roads. Cut some mileage off instead of heading on up to the high road. And so this is my little drive through the country before I get to my trail. Got my new backpack right there. Yay, all loaded up, ready to go. And I'm pretty excited. I'm doing this solo, all by myself. Shannon's out fishing today. Faith is at home watching Stranger Things, and Fayley is at a little friend's house. So Mama's on her own today. Got my water bladder started leaking, so I couldn't take it, but I did bring 2 water bottles with, and I brought some snackies, and even maybe have some lunch out here with my jet boil. We'll see. Just depends on how long this loop takes me. Like I said, it's 3.5 miles long, and I could probably kick it out in a couple of hours if I don't get too distracted by the scenery. Anyway, okay, see you there. See you on the trail. Bye. Alright, well, we are here to the trailhead and gonna pull in right here to the parking area. There's the trailhead over there. And this, my friends, is, what's that say there? Ruth and Paul Henning Conservation Area. So this is where we are starting. All right, here we go. Up the Homestead Trail. This is the trailhead. Just across a little bridge. Jeep's parked over there. Got some water. Don't think I'll be needing that. I got my water bottles. All right, here we go. Alright, well, had I cared to look at the map and read what was in it, it's a nice little thing here, the Homesteaders Trail, got the map on the back, but it's also got a little bit of history in it. So there's a reason why it's called the Homesteaders Trail. There's a marker. There was a marker back there, 1. I was like, no, there's no way I already went 1 mile. It wasn't. It was because it was talking about the sycamore tree that I took a picture of with all those roots. So that's what that was. This is called the Stewart Store. It's at a 0.3 of a mile in. The store that once stood on this spot, owned by George Stewart, was housed in a large 2-story building and served as a center for trading and socializing. Neighbors not only bought goods they needed at the store, such as salt, cotton, materials, and dried meats, but they also could trade their surplus goods such as eggs or cream. Most of the surplus was shipped to Springfield for sale. During the record flood of 1906, water gushed down the creek and destroyed the store. This concrete wall you see was built around 1920 to keep this from happening again. Ironically, it was a fire of the late 1920s that forced the store to close its door for its final time. So that's interesting. I've lived here all my life and did not know this. So let's go on and see what marker 3 is. So I got to marker 8 and it said pine plantation, and then we're in at about 1.5 miles. It says offspring everywhere. This group of pine trees is a result of the land being cleared for a field, then left to revegetate on its own. The people who cleared the land had left a pine tree standing near the edge of the field. Seeds from the pine tree produced the offspring you see now. So this is what we're looking at right here. Pines, pines, everywhere pines. So it's like a little pine tree plantation. Kind of cool, huh? So, yeah, kind of neat. It goes on to say they're called the shortleaf pine. And then there's the, whatever word for it, Greek word, Pinus, or Latin word, Incinatus. I don't know. It's the only pine native to Missouri. They were an important timber resource in the early 1900s when many were harvested for lumber and used for railroad ties. There are 600,000 acres of short-leaf pine remaining in Missouri. And what's so neat about this, at the beginning of the trail, they said, little surprise, covered benches. So guess what? I'm gonna sit here for a minute and enjoy the silence. Silencio, por favor. The pine trees, and have some water and nuts. Okay, see you soon. So I just walked up on this right after my little break, and of course it's covered because it is called a hand-dug well. It's 1.5 miles in, 1.5 miles. This well was probably part of the Isaacs homestead. Most wells in the area were dug until the dependable water supply was struck, seldom more than 30 feet deep. Digging a well by hand in this country of shallow soil and limestone bedrock was quite a feat of engineering and strength, especially back in the late 1800s. As the well was dug, the walls were lined with precisely placed rocks to prevent a cave-in. The piles of stones you see around the site accumulated as the land was cleared for fields. And I don't really see any other stones around here, but so this is the well. Wow. I don't know. I don't want to drop my phone down in there. I would lose it forever, basically. So this is a hand-dug well here in the middle of the woods. Pretty cool. Well, I'm assuming that this, in wetter weather, would be a creek crossing here on the Homestead Trail. So just came down that hill right there and got to this dry creek. There's a little water on up there, but it's stagnant, you know. So the trail's gonna go on up that hill right there. So like I said, if you come on this maybe during the spring after a rain, you have to go through some water. Cool.